Clench your cheeks and fly.
God be with you.
There's 3 words that perfectly sum up Metal Gear Solid 3.
What a thrill.
You gotta do the front flips. As many as possible, preferably. Many of you know that I have been on a pilgrimage playing through the Metal Gear Solid series for the first time, made by Mr. Kajumbo himself, and being immersed in that man's mind has had a few side effects of maybe melting my brain a few times.
You've been talking to an AI.
And as sure as I am that I've played this game's theme song on Spotify so many times by now that it's probably gonna be on my Wrapped this year. Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite so far. Is he just wearing a Raiden mask? What the fuck? Okay. It's a wild ride that grabs you by the balls and doesn't let go, force-feeding you a soup of Rambo, James Bond, a first aid simulator, and Master Chef all mixed together that can't help but make you say... So hope you brushed up on your motorcycle and face painting skills, because I'm commencing the intro to this 2-part video series now. And his name was Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Naked Snake. This will be a sneaking mission.
It appears I'm actually getting shot in the ass. Welcome to the jungle in the
Virtuous Mission.
Set about 41 years before Metal Gear Solid 1, playing as a brand new yet very familiar main character who is not in fact his clone son, Solid Snake.
That is not Solid Snake.
Nope, this is the original box dweller. Come with me and you'll see your friend's body in the corner. And what you gotta know about the OG Snake is that he is a chameleon. He will blend into any environment at all times. You're tracking how camouflaged you are, and he's willing to go the distance to make it happen. Oh, don't like that very much. You wouldn't hurt me, would you? Ow. And apart from being able to change clothes at the speed of sound, some other things you should know about him are he's got the best goofy smile I've ever seen and an endless void of a stomach that all wildlife should be very afraid of.
You're actually going to eat one.
Why else would I be asking?
First thing I did was beat up a snake and kick it in the head. A great tasty snack. And what is the
Virtuous Mission?
You ask? Well, the
Virtuous Mission.
Virtual Mission?
No, the Virtuous Mission.
Is the prologue of the game and the botched rescue mission of the most dapper Russian nuclear weapons scientist named Sokolov. Those look pretty hot, huh?
You'll never get it from me.
Bro. Not only does Sokolov rock a monocle, but he's also got some pretty freaking rad ninja moves. Unfortunately, they were just a little too rad to not be noticed by a bunch of guards and the future plot twist master himself.
That's major ocelot to you.
Who I guess by the power of just sheer plot armor alone executes 6 men one by one pointing fully automatic weapons at him that I can only assume left their reaction times in another time zone. What the fuck was that? Too bad for Ocelot, the side effects to using the ultimate cat call include jamming your gun, telling your henchmen to shoot, which he translates to a failed gun poke towards Snake, and then getting your entire squad bodied by him just to be told, you should use a revolver. But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good. Look.
Metal Gear. Well, close but no cigar. It's actually the Shagohod, which is a tank that can fire nuclear weapons, but can only be finished with Sokolov's help. So to stop the next World War, the plan is to get him out of there. Yeah, don't walk too close to the edge. Those railings don't do much. I've tested them. But right before both of them can escape, they're confronted with Snake's old mentor, the final form of girl boss and all bosses everywhere, the boss.
Boss?
Sokolov comes with me.
Let's play a game. What do you think happens next? A, Sokolov gets picked up by a bug cloud with a freaky man inside. B, we get a glimpse of a ghost dude. C, a man with electric powers walks out of the woods. Or D, the boss defects to the Soviet Union and chucks Snake off a bridge. Oh, what the hell is that? It's a freaking ghost.
Kuwabara. Can't let him live.
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union.
The answer was obviously all of the above. He's having an existential crisis over here. Why are you sniffing people? All right, let's talk about this silly little electric guy, Colonel Volgin. Why does he have electric superpowers? I don't know, it never says. For all I know, he stuck a fork in an outlet as a kid. Listen, don't worry about it. All you need to know is he's the kind of guy who's willing to use the most logical weapon ever created with no flaws or danger to the user whatsoever. A handheld nuclear missile launcher.
Remember the Alamo.
Copious amounts of radiation, the greatest theme song ever, and 1 week later in an ICU lands you up in the atmosphere ready to rocket into the main mission of the game. Your objectives: 1. Rescue Sokolov. 2. Destroy the Shagohod. 3. Eliminate Volgin, the Cobra unit, and most importantly, the boss, to prove to Russia that the US didn't set off that nuke. Failure means World War III, Snake being branded a traitor, and a trip to the firing squad. First stop to get all this done, meet up with the Russian contacts on the inside, Adam and Eva. What a thrill to kick a cobra in the face. Or it would have been if the boss wasn't waiting right where you fell.
Boss. Boss.
Boss.
Oh my God, you...
If we meet again...
How could you do that?
Snake, the boss is your enemy.
That wasn't really the plan, but it's okay. I fell down that river before. You'll be fine. When you do eventually get to the meeting point where you're supposed to meet up with Adam, it's actually Eva, who slow-mo murders a bunch of dudes and then naturally does this. My God. But why?
The name's Eva.
Not the RB to the boobs. If you never got a chance to play this game, if you see that little RB pop up there, it means you can switch the camera to Snake's point of view. And let me tell you, if boobs are on the screen, there is a good chance that RB is gonna appear. Unfortunately for Eva, though, she chose to flirt with a man who identifies as gunsexual.
Incredible. The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced, and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized.
It's the Meow Meow Squad.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot.
This
Let's get out of here. Hurry.
dude. You know, people from an outward perspective would say I'm in a bad situation. Don't worry, I'm Snake. I have become Wall, killer of cat lovers. I have to shoot you with this gun that I found extraordinarily sexual. Tactical roll! Tactical roll! Super dodge! Go, Snake! Nope, it's not the time to lay down. That's all right. Okay. I'm currently under a building while there's like 10 dudes shooting me while this is happening. Boo-boo no more. Don't worry, I'll distract him. You guys like that? That'll throw him off. They'll think it's Ocelot for sure. Oh no, you were not supposed to be there. I'm dead. It's over. Not for honor, but for you. We're going crazy. Die! Why are you not dead? Die! Oh my gosh, he just took all of my silencer. And so after the deaths of many brave cat lovers, Ocelot makes his revolver debut and has a hell of an entrance, you know, of course, groping a woman.
It's a nice gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever from stopping me from reporting you as a sex offender.
We'll see.
Yeah, so Ocelot just straight up loses this round because, I kid you not, he just forgot to reload. She just run. Oh my god. It's a miracle we got Ocelot in the later games after that. Holy shit. All right, she's kind of a boss.
6 shots. You have to get a feel for how many you have left.
Snake, give him a break. He just got a motorcycle ran up his face. I don't think he's paying attention to any of that crap. I've come to learn that might be the most untrue thing I've ever said because, listen, Ocelot doesn't just listen to Snake. He will base his entire personality off of any remark he's got.
Don't.
Why?
Because then the rest of the series wouldn't happen.
He just was like, oh no, you're right. My bullets earn bullets. I can't use those. What the hell is going on? I should be paying attention to this insanity. Okay, yeah, sure.
That's tasty.
That's tasty. Swamps. They're wet, they've got crocs, but if you know where to look, they've also got some immaculate style. Oh yeah. We are cooking now. I am a crocodile. Fear me. Knowing you can look that good whenever you want makes it pretty easy to have the confidence to sneak through the jungle, a base, and flip through some electric fences to make it to, you guessed it, catfight round 3. Part of me feels like Ocelot got early access to the Nemesis system from Shadow of Mordor, because like the orcs in that game, every time he comes back, he's learned new things and upgraded his skills, this time with 2 revolvers without engravings and a spinning addiction that's never been stronger. He's still going. He almost done.
12 shots.
He keeps going. We gotta be almost there.
This time I've got 12 shots.
I know, you just said so.
Okay.
Draw. That was so pathetic. Draw! Both of us run away immediately. Now, even though Snake wins this fight, I feel like part of me lost because A, I helped a man unlock a reloading fetish.
This reload time is exhilarating. I've never felt a tension like this before. Amazing. I never knew reloading could be so thrilling. Loading like this, it's a revolution.
And B, I suffered the consequences of fight by the bee, die by the bee. Is this the pain? He's killing the bees with the gun spins. It had a purpose all along. Kill the bees with the spins. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
You were lucky. We'll meet again.
And we didn't break any bones on the way down. Because we're awesome. That's the only explanation you need. It's really dark down here. Kojima loves attention to detail in these games, and here's a great example of that. If you're a fool like me and take too long to find / use any of the light sources you already have available, Snake's eyes will adjust to the darkness, making spelunking pretty easy. Until, of course, you come face to face with the first of 5 members of the boss's elite task force, the Cobra Unit, each identified by the emotion they carry into battle.
I am the pain. The pain of cringe. I will guide you to a world of interpretive dance beyond your imagination. Backflip. Hobby gun. Grenade. AK-47.
Bullet bees are the name the pain gives the special hornets he raises inside his own body.
Inside? I really need to stop questioning things in Metal Gear Solid. 2 can play that game.
Pain. The pain. The pain.
And someday you'll feed on a tree frog.
This works.
What is that? Ah, yes. The Flying Segway Squad. Falling asleep at the wheel is dangerous, and so is using your electric superpowers to tase a boob. Oh, wow, whoa, that ain't right. Okay, pal, that's a little much. Okay, what the fuck? If you find yourself questioning the logic of anything that's about to happen, just remember,
Suspend your disbelief. That's the whole point of movies.
Ocelot decides to play a juggling Russian roulette with the only guy that can finish the Shagohod because, you know, he's gotta get that revolver fetish in there somehow, which causes Sokolov to pull his signature Metal Gear Solid move, pissing himself, just before the boss desecrates Ocelot's one true love. Then we meet the other living members of Cobra in the coolest WWE walkout that's actually a rollout with the end and...
The fear.
Accidents happen, you trip, you get in car crashes, maybe slitting someone's throat. Oh, I didn't mean to do that! You know, see, here I was thinking that the Y button for some reason was the question them button, but I have... Whoa, that was weird. But what's definitely not an accident is how flawless Snake's scientist disguise is. The bandana stays on. The bandana stays on during sex. The bandana stays on during the mission. And you want to know what the best thing about having a flawless scientist disguise is? Watch what happens when I press this button. Actually, I think you're kind of dumb and I'm going to interrogate you.
Answer me. Eat spoiled food? Stomachache.
Really? That's what you got for me? That's awesome.
Try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Can you imagine? You're just about to die, someone pulls a knife on your neck and they're like, hey, tell me something. And you're like, oh, you eat spoiled food. Stomachache. Okay, we can't open that. I didn't do anything. That's not fair, but that's just garbage. I didn't mean to. It's not my fault. All was going well until my finger brushed a door and made a Russian do a backflip. And I just retreat to my little hole to hide it out again. Don't worry, they've got really bad memories. It'll be fine. In retaliation to all that, I gave a guy lung cancer to come face to face with a Russian listening to some rad tunes, practically saying,
sorry, Snake, your Sokolov is in another castle, and the enemy robots, man, it's the future.
You're crocked, aren't you?
So with the help of some drunken treason, Snake gets a key card to go after Sokolov, but not before a scientist didn't agree with my trendy bandana. I'm stuck on a door. Me too, man. Napping on the job is useful. To me. Crossbow bolts in the thigh, however. I've been shot. Not so much.
I am the fear. I will give you fear such as you've never experienced before. Did you know cockroaches enjoy the smell of earwax, making them the most common insects to crawl inside ears? Also, I lick people's ears while they sleep.
Fighting the fear, huh? Well, you know what I say? I say we put the fear into him. Now he's gonna be terrified.
Snake, what in God's name?
How does it look?
It looks cool.
I don't need anything but my hat, okay? I know for a fact. Oh my God, I'm on fire! I was not expecting that. Uh-oh. He even warned me! Without being able to move in first person, and I fell into a hole. I mean, that's definitely the way to do this one. And I did the exact same goddamn thing.
The fear! The fear! I see it! The fear!
He's terrified of drag in a shit cosplay. I should have known.
Don't worry, Snake. He just doesn't know style when he sees it. Well, This outfit's duty's done. Next goal is to meet back up with Eva in the mountains to plan the next step to get Sokolov. Problem is, there's just one major obstacle in the way. An elite sniper edging death with extendo eyes waiting somewhere in the jungle for Snake.
I love ancient fish.
Why?
They taste pretty good.
Right here we see the wild snake. He's something of a predator himself. As he crawls along, ready to kill anyone who gets in his way.
It's a normal amount of death, guys. Oh no. His spotter's a parrot. If you ask me why or how his spotter's a parrot, you're asking the wrong question. The right one is...
So how's it taste?
Do you hear me, Snake? I am the end.
I've heard that his body is photosynthetic.
Okay, we just have to kill an old man who's a super sniper. And possibly a plant. And let's be honest, that's not even that weird for Metal Gear Solid. And even though the fight with the end might be
a long, grueling sniper duel,
it's definitely one of the most unique of the series. I think one of the best known facts about this game is that if you save and leave for a week in real time and then come back to this game, the end will die of old age. But that's for cowards. This is an intense game of cat and mouse and honor, trying to get the drop on a surprisingly agile old man teetering on the edge of death with 40/20 vision.
This is the end.
You got that right, brother. We both just did it. What a thrill, finding footsteps of an old man. This fool thinks he can stop me from crawling all the way towards him. I think not. Probably should eat.
Delicious.
Try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Foolishness and man. Foolishness.
Spirits of the forest, I thank you. The boss would be proud of you. I can return to the forum.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled dramatic death with dentures popping out of this guy's mouth and exploding on the spot.
The spirits of the forest rejected his speech. Never mind, the spirits of the forest are super real.
And you know what? The spirits of the forest were protecting one of the most iconic and incredible treasures of our generation. I think this might be the ladder. This has got to be the ladder. I've heard a lot about this ladder. This is the ladder of gaming, guys. This is a holy landmark.
What a thrill. With darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill.
Seriously, this might go on a while.